going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be fitting this bad boy. This is a Forge actuator. Hotly discussed topic. People think that they don't make much of a difference, and some people say they do. So we're going to get this installed on the car now. I'm actually going to get mapped this weekend, so stay tuned to the channel because that's coming very soon. We have got this actuator going on the car. I'm going to do that today, and it should be a straight swap in. It's not actually that hard to do. It shouldn't be too hard to do. It should be pretty easy. You literally just got to get that over where the original is, and I might have to just drill these holes out a little bit. That's what I've heard. And people talk about these with, you know, as car guys are like, we like to discuss topics and argue whether things are good and whether things are bad. I'm not going to say whether it's good or bad. I'm going to tell you that the construction is absolutely fantastic. It feels quality. Came in a nice shoebox, and yeah, it's nice and polished, as you can see, really shiny. The stock actuator does exactly what you need it to do. There's no reason to swap it out. Maybe if you're running upwards of 260 horsepower, maybe you might have to do it. I don't know that because I've never done it. But as far as like my car, do I need it? No. 190 brake, you can do that with a flash tune a lot of the time, or you know, when you're going up and up and up trying to push the IHI turbo, you don't really need this. But the benefits of having this is that you can pretty much tear this down with a couple of Allen keys. Change out the spring, you can change out the diaphragm if anything goes wrong, and yeah, it's you know, it's fully like tear downable, I guess is the word. But yeah, basically it's a part that's going to make everything a little bit stronger, and if it does add horsepower, then it adds horsepower. It'd be fantastic, but I don't know. I'm not going to say it does because I don't know. But it'd be exciting to get this on the car. Now, it's an absolute quality part, and it come really fast. This cost me 120 quid, guys, so you can get these as low as that. That was brand new, off eBay. Obviously, people are selling them for about 120 quid used. But keep an eye out on eBay, keep an eye out on all the different places where you can get these from, but I got mine for eBay. I think they go as high as 180 quid, so don't spend that much money, because to be fair, you can wait. It's not that issue. It's not much of an issue. As far as spending too much or too little on stuff, I bought these as well. Before we get into the video, I bought these the other day. These are some custom plates that are definitely show plates. Do not use these on the road. You're going to get pulled over in a few minutes, pretty much. These have got like a red tint to them, so you can see like a red tint to the outside of them. They're pretty cool. But I would not want to run these on the road. I think you get pulled over in minutes. They're a bit smaller than like the standard size. They're all right, but I mean, they were cheap. They were like £40, but they were on Facebook, guys. These people are like pushing these, and there is a legislation coming in with 4D plates that will basically sort of maybe ban these. Maybe, we don't know for certain, but that's not going to probably come into force until September. So we'll see what happens. And obviously there's that guy on the internet who's interviewing policemen, and the policemen are telling him all the different stuff. I don't know if you've watched it. Check it out. I'll link it in the description. But he talks to policemen about common mods that people do, and that's one of them. And he won't say yet whether they are illegal, because they're not illegal at the moment. You can run these, but it's all about the cameras that they use on the police cars. That's why they're trying to change it up, so it's better for the coppers. Sad news, I guess, because they are pretty, but you can still use your metal ones. The metal plates and everything there are pretty much great to be able to use. You can use them, so there's no worries there. The other thing, we've also got something else. Now, I'm going to tell you this because it's something that's going to come up on the channel. It's not going to be today, but it's definitely going to come on the channel very soon. Is another comparison. Now, this come Wednesday. It come a day after I ordered it. Now, shout out to Tyre Sport for this. Tyre Sport sent me a Decat pipe. As you know, I run a sports cat on my car, and this is Decat pipe. So I want to do a comparison of these two exhausts parts. So this is going to be a lot louder. Now, I picked this one up. Again, it's very similar to the sports cat, cheaply made, but it should do the job. I've had no issues with my sports cat so far, and I've had it on now about 6 months. So I've had no issues with my sports cat at all. Decat pipe's going to be louder, so I just want to know how much louder. So we're going to do like probably a decibel test to see and give you guys a better understanding of these parts, because there was one video of a guy and he put it on the car and took it off the car within a few minutes, saying he might get pulled over. So, but there is ways round stuff like this, guys. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, this again is very similar to these. Very soon. Well, that's already illegal, and that's nearly illegal. So stay tuned on the channel, because we're going to be doing a video on this little bad boy thing. I'm definitely not going to wrap this like I did with my old exhaust, because I don't want the stuff all the way in my fingers. So it'll just go on the car as it is. So we'll see and make sure we do a comparison. But yeah, so today we are going to be fitting this. So let's go out to the car and let's get this on the car. God, the car looks so sad for itself. It's so dirty. Doesn't look it, but it is. Look at the mud flaps at the back, all the dirt. I hate dirty cars. Hate them. So let's get this bonnet open and see what we can do. Look, dirty everywhere. It's all disgusting. Ugh. Look at that beading though. Ooh, hell yeah. Pretty. So this is the stock actuator. Looks like a lawnmower part, but we are going to be pulling that out. Just probably got to move a few things, I reckon, to be able to get that out. As you can see, there's the bracket. So just basically got to follow that bracket exactly the same as that, and then hopefully it shouldn't take too long. I've just heard about that little clip. Can you see the clip there? Just by that bolt, I've got to make sure I don't lose that particular clip. So let's go on with it. Great thing as well, from the looks of it, is my one is set up exactly how that one is. So you can see the nipple just here is pointing that way, same as that one is, and the bracket is sweeping back towards the car, so exactly the same as this is. So it should not need to be turned, but you can literally just turn these out and then you can rotate it around. It doesn't make a difference to how it works. Alright, let's get it in. Right, so first thing I've done is I've just removed the bar that goes across the top, which I had on, and I've also removed that little the blow off valve recirculation pipe, so that's gone now. So I've got some access to get to this little clip, and also to obviously remove these bolts as well. So it's nice to have a bit of room when doing a little job like this. So that didn't take me more than a few minutes, just to basically just whack that bolt and whack them bolts out, so I can carry on with the build. It's really important we don't lose this little clip. So it's kind of difficult to get it on camera, but it doesn't go all the way around. It's just like a little C-clip. So this little clip here, we just got to pull it towards us, but also make sure it don't fly and ping off somewhere, because if that happens, then we're in trouble. So just got to make sure we can actually get to that without actually making any problems. Obviously they've got like a little hole there, so you can like pull it towards you, and yeah, just want to get that bit out. I don't know how tight this is going to be. This is the first time for me as well, guys, so we'll see what happens. Ow, bugger. Thought this would give me trouble. Ooh, go on, lad. Out we come. Oh! This video is going to sound really dodgy. Oh, there we go. There we go. That little thing. So we want to keep that safe. Scratched it a bit, but it's fine. Put that somewhere safe because I don't know where I'm going to put it yet. So that's released that. This is the little clip. Come on, focus. That's the little clip. Alright, keep that safe. If you do lose it, screenshot the video. I'll put it in my hand. You want one of those clips, so if you do lose it, screenshot my video. That's what you want to ask the garage for if you can find one. So I'm going to put that safe. Don't go anywhere. Right. So we need to now. We've got that off. So now it looks like there's some bolts here on the side. So let's figure out what size these are. They're either a 10 or a 7. They're not a 10. Definitely not a 10. Why would I say 10 for? Let me have a look for my 7 socket. Let's try this. Now I would say, just before we carry on, these are from Lidl. So guys, if you think that like I'm a professional or anything, you're very much mistaken. These are from Lidl, and these have served me well the entire time I've been working on my car. As you can see, it's all a bit dirty, but the kit is absolutely fantastic. And they come with all the little attachments that you're going to need to work on your car. If you want these, just go down to Lidl. They've not broken on me yet. Awesome little piece of kit. So let's try this number 7. Is it going to be right? No, it's not. No. So maybe it's an 8. Maybe it's an 8. Okay. Number 8. Let's try again. Yes, number 8. So these are, on the IHI, these are an 8mm. So you need to remove these. So I think on the Garrett turbos they're slightly different. You don't actually have this bracket, but on this IHI, that's the bracket. So yeah, 8mm. So I'm probably do I put some WD on that? I'm going to try it first just quickly, and then I might just put some WD on it to sit. Okay, so that bolt actually come out really easy, that first one. But the second one is covered by the feed line for the turbo, I believe. I think that's the feed line, the oil feed line. So I've brought out some of these different wrenches just to show you guys what you might be able to use. So this is common. Can't get that in there, but you could probably get that there. Yep, so that's twisted that. So you could just probably use an open neck spanner. It's not that hard, and there was no WD on it at all. And to be fair, the car hasn't been run. So, and these have come out really nicely, really nicely. So cracked them. Look at that. God, I wish everything was this easy. Don't drop the bolt now, Jake. So one. And then we'll probably just need to crack this one a little bit more. So I'll probably get the swan neck, or no, actually, yeah, you can't. Could you use a swan neck on it? Let's just try this first before I actually get this bolt out. Let's see. Yeah, you could get a swan neck on it just about. But most people are gonna have an open wrench probably if you're doing it at home. So. Yeah, to be fair, once you've cracked it enough, like you just seen in the other one, you can do it by hand. So I would probably just use an open wrench, but you definitely can't use a socket on that particular thing there. So let's get this out. Right, so first snag, and I think it just depends on whether your car is set up like mine or it might not be, but this particular hole at the back, all I've had to do is get a flathead in here. So I'll show you, flathead against that there, and just move that banjo just around a tiny bit, just because it was basically the screw was hitting against that bar, and obviously when you're tightening it up and loosening it, you've got no wiggle room. So I've literally just had to move that just slightly with the flathead to be able to get that to fit. But now that has come straight out, popped straight out, and literally now it's just about getting that vacuum line off, and then we should be golden. Really, it's just about them making sure that the actuator sits exactly the same as that one. Guys, it's out. Finally it's out, and I've took also the clip off here because I didn't know how much of this I didn't want to cut it. So at this point now we've got our forge actuator, and then if I grab the other one, you can see the difference. That is the difference between the two. So the holes actually do look identical, so I probably actually don't need to do it. Maybe that's for the Garrett turbo that you need to do that for. That's what I heard anyway. So basically now all we've got to do is we've got to fit this one into there, so it's pretty simple. A couple of turns and we should be good to go, and then just put the circlip back onto the actual exhaust. So yeah, happy. So let's get rid of this one, let's put that over here out the way. So we're probably going to have to screw this back on and then mess with the actual preload. So my screws are underneath that screwdriver, so let's get this bolted actually back on like we just did with the unbolting, and let's carry on. Okay, so simple. That's got to go. Put that back there. So obviously the idea of the wastegate is to make sure that your boost levels are correct. Obviously without one of these you would have overboost, which is not what you want. So it's important to get the correct preload on it, and also make sure it's fitted right. So otherwise you will get some issues. Hopefully we don't go into limp mode. I have disconnected the battery, by the way, just to allow it to, when it does all start back up, it will read that there is something different there, hopefully. Just allows the... I knew this one was going to be the bugger down there. Let's change this screw, because this was actually the one for there. It's not a very hard job to do. It's definitely not very hard to do, but it is just a little bit fiddly. Yep. So the top one's super easy, guys. So easy to get in. It's just this bottom one, like before, doesn't want to play ball. Come on, you monster. What a lovely Friday. Considering that we've had snow all the time, it is such a nice change for a while. Can we get this in with that? Nope. See, this is the fiddly bit. It's not difficult, but when you've got stupidly big clumsy fingers like me, it becomes a bit difficult. Okay guys, so to set up the actuator, what you've got to do is, if I've left this kind of loose, just to allow me to wobble it a bit. So this is what you are basically trying to limit. So that is going to be in the closed position. So what you want to do is you want to line this up with the closed position. So to do that, you release this little nut, to allow it to spin backwards and forwards, and then line it up first of all. So we are one turn too many, so we do that, tighten it in one turn. That was one turn the wrong way. With it closed, so that is now closed. Now what we have to do now is we have to put what's called preload onto it. So we've got to now turn it again 2 times. Some people do 3. I'm going to do 2 because that's what Forge have said. So 2 turns, so you put some preload on it, so obviously then you've got to then pull it back on itself. So we're going to pop this out, and then 2 turns of preload. So now to get that to actually fit on there, I'm more than likely going to have to pull this. You can pressurize it, but I'm going to pull it and just pull it over and underneath there. It's going to be a little bit difficult, and that will allow you to have your preload, and then we just need to tighten this nut up so it don't move anywhere, and then probably give this a little bit of a clean. And then also there is this hose wherever it's gone. I think it's fell down here, so this hose has then got to go on there like that. So I'm just going to do that off camera, and then we'll carry on. Well, not off camera, just not holding the camera. Oh, that was easy. I thought that was going to be way harder than it was. So I just need to now tighten up these here, so we're actually super duper tight. So they're not going anywhere. Finally I can get my wrench in and actually do that properly. Let's get that tight. Isn't going anywhere. Pop that in there, so that's now in properly. That needs to be tightened up. Size is that? It's like a 10. No, it's not. Maybe it's a 13. Don't have a 13 out here, so I'm going to go and get a 13 and then come back. Right, so it's not actually a 10 or a 12, it's actually an 11mm. So if you've got an 11mm wrench, you'll be fine. I don't, so I've got to use an adjustable wrench. And now you just need to put the circlip on, so I was going to get that from the boot. Last of all, let's put this onto here. Nice and easy. Just like that. And then there is a cable tie over there, so we'll get that cable tie on. And then that is it. And then that is installed. I'm going to put a cable tie on it. It had a metal thing on before, but should be okay with a cable tie. It's not going to cause too many issues, hopefully. So we'll see. So started it all up. Everything sounds good. No issues. Gonna have to take it on a run. Obviously, I'm going to replace all the other hoses. So these hoses have gone back now together. I've just got to fit the bar across the top, and then we'll go for a spin. Hopefully, we don't have any issues. So guys, I put it all back together after showing you that last little clip, and the actual car now runs actually pretty well with that new actuator fitted. I've noticed that the boost is slightly higher on the gauge. Now the gauges are a bit naff on these cars, so that they sometimes read a bit higher, but I've never ever been able to get the car to go over 0.8 on the boost gauge, and it'll hit sort of 1.2 bar and then sort of come back down slowly as you're doing it. So it seems like as if maybe the car is now running at slightly higher boost levels. Obviously it is a different part, so when it gets mapped they'll be able to adjust that now to whatever they need to. So this is actually the morning of me actually getting mapped, but I wanted to just continue and finish this video off. So I'm actually really happy with the forge part. I don't want to say that just fitting it will make any difference as horsepower or anything like that, but you'll definitely be running at slightly different boost levels. But as long as you fit it correctly, you shouldn't be far off stock levels. So, but it is a great part. It definitely looks the part in the actual engine bay, as you would have seen. It looks all chrome and shiny and everything, and when you polished it up like I have today, it looks absolutely banging. So yeah, really happy. Stay tuned to the channel, because obviously now today, because I'm wearing different clothes and I've got my hair done, we are actually going to go and get mapped. So stay tuned to the channel, because it will pretty much be following this video, guys. So stay tuned and like, subscribe. See you later. Bye.